Hello, my name is Professor Larry Flick. I teach business courses at a college in Connecticut. One of the most important things businessmen and women do is make decisions. Their progress in the business world is dependent on making the right decisions. This video is intended to dig a little deeper into the traditional processes with the intent of improving performance. Traditional decision-making processes are: number 1, recognize the need for a decision. Number 2, diagnosis and analysis of causes. Number 3, develop alternatives. Number 4, choose one alternative solution. Number 5, implement the chosen alternative. And number 6, evaluate and control. Though the first two steps are extremely important, the purpose of this video is to interject some business thinking between steps 3 and 4. Develop alternatives and choose one alternative solution. It is important and customary that business people think of 4 words when making decisions. The words are: number 1, cost; number 2, benefit; number 3, risk; and number 4, return. The relationships between the 4 words can be graphically shown as follows. The rectangular relationship is more direct, but the circular one shows the interrelationships to be a little more complicated and possibly more realistic. First, let's look at what the words mean, then get into the relationships later. Cost usually are calculated in dollars and relates to buying or selling something. Benefit can be related to outcomes like increased public relations, achieving environmental goals, or receiving something of value, either tangible or intangible. Risk relates to the probability of failure, or what are the chances of your decision being correct. And return is what you will receive, usually calculated in dollars and related to profit, but not necessarily. There are 6 different relationships represented by the arrows between each word. Number 1, cost-benefit along the top. Number 2, cost-return diagonally. Number 3, cost-risk below. Number 4, benefit-return below. Number 5, benefit-risk diagonally. And number 6, return-risk along the bottom. Let's look at some examples of these relationships. Number 1, cost versus benefit. Let's say we're in business and looking at buying new equipment. We would then need to know the exact cost of the equipment and then weigh the potential benefits, possibly increased production, safety, and or profit against the cost. If the benefits exceed the cost, the business person may make the decision to buy the equipment. Number 2, cost versus return. The business person may have to make a decision about investing money in an environmental safety project and compare it with the benefits of the project. Number 3, cost versus risk. In this case, the business person would calculate the cost and compare it to the risk incurred. Number 4, benefit versus return. Here, we compare the benefit with the return. Now, number 5, benefit versus risk, and number 6, return versus risk. Once all or most of the relationships are considered and weighed against each other, the correct decision will, in many cases, become obvious. Then, once this process is completed, the business person would move on to the next 2 steps of number 5, implement the chosen alternatives, and number 6, evaluate and control. Again, my purpose in presenting this video is to emphasize the importance of the relationships between the words cost, benefit, risk, and return, with the purpose in introducing business thinking that will improve decision-making performance.